Hey everybody, welcome to our live. I am Heather and we come to you live each and every day, Monday through Thursday, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. And we talk Luminess. We talk about the starter kit, what you receive, how to use it, how to start practicing, all the goodness of all of that. I did check. I just want to double check. I want to double check. Okay. All right, y'all can hear me. All right, so I did check, but I'm going to double check the sound to make sure I'm hearable. All right, so today, good morning, Pam. Today I labeled this one cleaning day because we had a couple people, and then Jeannie asked for us to do one on cleaning and like how long to use. Hey, Jacques, how long you can use mascara, or how do you clean this? Or another question we get a lot is my bottles are not a lot, but like the bottle is not letting drops come out anymore. And so I just thought we would cover all of that while doing makeup. And so I am going to do just a natural look. Good morning, Stephanie. How are you? Kind of my go-to everyday look, which I did half yesterday, and then we'll go from there. So if you have any questions, if you're like, hey, what about this or what about that, this is the time to ask. So let's go ahead and get started. I think today I'm going to use the peach color corrector along with my shade 3 in Rose. And let's see, what else can I use today? I'll use the Cut 1 palette as well. And let's see. What shall we do? Maybe that one, but let's see if we can't use this one too. I always liked the Nude and Naughty palette because that is an amazing palette. Because it has like 36 eyeshadows. So it's a great go-to. But we always like to cover, hey Jeannie, we always like to cover the basics, the beginnings of Airbrush. And so this is one of our starter kits. We have several. So some of you may have received this one. This is the Icon. We also have the Icon Pro and the Legend. And then, of course, the Breeze, which a lot of you have. It's our cordless chargeable airbrush system. But it all comes with this product. It comes with the 2 bottles of foundation, Love, and blush. Now, some of you may have received other products, but this is what our basic kit comes with. And it comes with 2 bottles of similar color foundation. They're not the same, but they're very similar in color. And then it comes with blush. And our blush is super high pigmented. It does bloom. You're only going to want to use 2 drops. And then Love is something you may not use it every single day, but maybe every once in a while. I use it more in the summer than I do the winter, because I even mix it in with a drop of my foundation. I also like to use it like in my blush sometimes, or I'll just use it like the high cheekbone area and down my nose. Now, when starting out, these are the things that we want you to do right here. So when starting out, you're going to make sure that you're holding this 4 finger widths away from your face. What you'll do is you'll end up going like this because something's blowing at your face, or you come in closer because you're touching your face. So make sure you're keeping it 4 finger widths away and move that stylus around. You don't have to be in a hurry. It's not a free for all, but you're going to move this around and lightly pull back on that trigger. Of course, how you put airbrush makeup is different, but how it goes on your skin is also different. So don't get it home and then put it on like traditional makeup, because then it's no working. All right, I'm going to go in with the peach color corrector first, and I'm going to hit those areas that I need my pre-coverage, where I need to get that coverage started. So turn on my system, and we're going to talk about cleaning your stylus, cleaning your breeze afterwards as well. Oh no, Jeannie, that's horrible. Now notice I am applying this super light, guys, super light. You can touch it and there's nothing on it. So make sure when doing this that you are spraying super light. Now you can practice with water and just airbrush water on your face. Water does weigh heavier than the makeup, but what will happen is it'll get you used to pulling down lightly on that trigger. Your face will be wet, but you just don't want it running down your face, okay? So I'm gonna go on my lids a little bit, under my eyes again, because the more passes I make, the more coverage I'm getting. Okay, and there we go. I'm gonna blow, I didn't need as many drops as I put in there. All right, so now let's talk about the peach color corrector. Is not something I use every day. Or maybe it's the luminizers, or maybe whatever it might be. When you go to put a drop in, it may not come out. And you can squeeze the bottle and everything, and it's just not coming out. You're like, okay, what just happened? What you can do is the little tip, and this is the big, this bottle, the big bottles or the small bottles. What you can do is when you can wiggle this off. So I'm going to take this tissue, wiggle it off, and it comes off just like that, okay? See? Then you can get a Tupperware bowl or whatever, glass bowl, whatever you like, fill it with warm water, not boiling water. Let me repeat this, not boiling water, just hot water from the tap, and soak these, okay? What sometimes happens, especially if you don't use one of the products every single day, there's makeup that can build up in here, okay? If that happens, soaking it in the hot water will help loosen that, and then you'll be set. So as soon as you clean it, you can put it back on and listen for that pop, and it's fixed. Another suggestion, and I was talking to Jeannie about this, is let's say you ran out of a product, save the bottle, save the tip of that, because I can put that one on this one. So if one is just giving you a hard time all the time, maybe switch that out, and you can save those, okay? So that's one tip about cleaning. I'm now going to use, I haven't used these in a while. These are our Obsession shimmers. Are they Obsession? Exposure highlighter. I just feel everything's Obsession. I'm going to put this on before. Now, yes, this is traditional makeup. It's traditional. So I can still put that on before I airbrush. So I'm going to go in, put my dots right there. Now, even though I only have my the peach color corrector, I'm still just going to tap that into place. Why? Because I don't want to pull on my face. I'm just tap, 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 tap till all those little dots are gone. Do, 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 do. And then I can even do a little bit down my nose. This one is the rose gold one. We also have a bronze one, or like bronzer one that's really beautiful. Now that we can start getting, oh, and I did use the tanning tonic today too, because I'm like, hey, the weather's getting better. Put some down here. So I can start getting my tan on. All right. Now, does it look too shiny right now? It does. But that's okay. Why? Because I haven't done my foundation yet. So I can still go back, or I will be going back and doing that and putting that on. Yeah, it makes your skin look like glowing. So if you like that glowing skin, it is a little bit different than the highlighters, than our luminizers. And it's kind of a step up from Love. Love is very, it gives your skin luminosity, but it's very subtle. And so stepping process, it would be Love, exposure highlighters, and then the luminizers. So if you're looking for more of a shine, you're like, Heather, I like to get my shine on, then, but try them both. I like this because it does give you that kind of a creamy look. And so sometimes that's a good look to have as well, if you want to change it up. Oh, Jacques, that's awesome. Yeah. Side note, make sure y'all have like LifeLock or whatever. I know there's others out there. You need them. It makes a huge, it doesn't cost that much, but it just saves you so much. All right, so now I'm going to add a little bit of my Soft Rose blush. I'm going to put 2 drops. Only 2 drops. If you put more than 2, you're going to look crazy. Crazy. All right, so I have it in here. I'm going to spray my paper towel just to make sure that that rose blush is coming out. I smirk. Applying it to my cheeks. I kind of bring it up a little bit more. And there we go. And that's all you want to do. It will, with the blush, you kind of want to get it to almost where you love it. Like, almost. I'm almost loving it, because it will bloom. It will bloom and it comes out a little bit more. But see how it just lays like right on top of that exposure highlighter? It doesn't cover it, but it just makes it a little bit softer. And so if you thought, Heather, that's too shiny, just know that it is going to start blurring. All right, shake. Whoop. I just lost my shade 3. Hold on, let me see if I have another one. It just fell down. Hold on, let me see. I might have to get it. Nope. 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 Uh-oh. Let's see if we can do this and this. I'm going to mix a 2 and a 4 together because I just dropped my 3. So I'm shaking up my bottles, which these I haven't used in a while. So I'm shaking them up. Now I'll shake them up a little bit more since I haven't used these in a minute. So I'm going to do 3 drops of my shade 4. Maybe 2 of my 2. Now, I put all my drops in here. I'm turning this on, and now I'm going to pull back and bubble that together, and that's going to mix my shades together. So you don't have to, you can mix them together if you need to mix 2 colors together. Now, starting in one spot, I'm going to start making my passes, keeping it 4 finger widths away. I'm not in a hurry. And keep going. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Now, look how it's all starting to come together. It's all starting to blend. It's all starting to make sense, right? The shimmer is kind of softening a little bit. Make another little pass. If it's too much, if I need to dial it back. Hey, Zandra, good to see you. And I think that's really all I'm going to do, because I like it like that. Yes. Yes, Jackie. That's awesome. Okay. So as far as cleaning, we talked about how to clean the tip of a bottle. Um, I do want to talk if you need to, if you feel like as a makeup artist, oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. As a makeup artist, if I was using this, like I have this in my kit, but I'm doing several people. One thing that I do is I do keep a spray bottle. I just got a little glass bottle of alcohol that's a spray, and I do spray my palettes, when I'm going between clients to make sure that they are clean and I'm not transferring things to one to another. So if needed, you can do that. If you're the only one using this, you don't have to worry about that. But sometimes that is how I will clean those. Now, I'm now going to do a little bit of contouring with my cut one. And I'm taking my brush, I'm dusting it through all of the contour shades. And lightly right underneath that blush, I'll do a little bit up here in my temple area. Morning, Martin. Definitely down here. Because remember, what is foundation doing? It's evening out your skin tone. So it's making you what we call flat. I feel like I have a lash right here, or fuzzball. It's probably a dog hair. My golden doodle needs a haircut. And I find that his hair gets stuck on my eyes. So just a little bit about me. So I do a little bit of contouring. We already gave my face some shape because of the fact we did the blush, we did the highlighter, we did that kind of thing. So, I'm already getting the shape back. I just like to do a little bit more contouring to kind of blend that in. Normally, if I didn't use the exposure highlighters, I'll do the shimmer last. But with Airbrush, it does make it easier to do that shimmer first because you don't have to worry, I can just tap it out. Now, I just said that, but I'm also saying that you can use the exposure highlighter after. You just want to what? Once you put it on, if you've airbrushed your foundation on and you use the exposure highlighter, what do? What's my favorite word? I'll wait. Tap it out. Tap it out. Yes, Stephanie. You're going to just tap it out. That won't break up the airbrush. Okay. So if you're like, oh, I forgot about that exposure highlighter, I want to use that. You can use it first. I just find that sometimes it's just a little easier to put it on before airbrushing the foundation because I really don't have to worry about it. I can just put it on, boop, boop, boop. Okay, done. So that's up to you whenever you do it, but you can do it before and you can do it after. Now, when doing, I just did my contouring a little bit. Brushes. Let's talk about cleaning brushes. I know we hate cleaning brushes. Do as I say, not as I do. I understand that. And we talk about the joys of airbrushing because we don't have to worry about dirty brushes, right? Well, couple of ways to clean them. There are different brush cleaners that you can use that you can spray on, boop, 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 wipe out, and then you're done. Okay. You can do that. And let's just talk real. Okay. Let's just talk real. Are we going to do that every single time we use our makeup? Probably not. Right? I mean, if we're being real, probably not. So what I end up doing is I do like a spray brush cleaner, one that dries pretty quickly for, maybe every other day I'll clean those brushes. I don't know about you. Do you find that sometimes your brushes work better when they're dirty? Like your hair? But once a week or once every other week, I do wash them. There's a difference between cleaning them like this with a spray and washing them. Okay. So I usually will get like a baby shampoo because it's pure. You can get them at Walmart, Target, like cheap. And I do a baby shampoo with them. And what that means is I just put a little bit of my hand and then under the water, I do this. Whichever one I'm cleaning, I do like that. Even if you're doing I have slippy hands today. If I'm doing it this one, then I'll do it this way. If I'm doing a flat eyeshadow brush, I'll do it this way. But notice what I'm doing. Notice I am holding them like this, okay? You want to hold your brushes while you're cleaning them like that because we're getting them wet. If it's a spray, you're just doing a spray clean, you can get a paper towel, hold it like this, and do it this way, okay? But if you're wetting them and washing them, you want to hold these with the bristles down because you do not want water in here. This is what's holding those bristles together, so we don't want to break that up. So always hold them this way until they're clean. You can just take them out and take 2 fingers, peace, and do it this way. Wring them out after you can put them in the water, rinse them out. When they run clean, squeeze out the excess water, lay them flat. And I lay them flat on my counter on a paper towel, lay them flat, and they will dry overnight. Okay. Just let them dry overnight. But again, do not hold them up like this. I even put them in the sink and I can swirl it around to make sure that it's all, that they're all, that they're clean. And yes, your bristles are going to be wet, but they will dry overnight. All right. So let's do a little bit of eyes. Let's do a little bit of eyes. Let's see. I'm like, I don't know what to do. You know what? I have it on this one, the optics. I have not used the white, the halo and afterglow. So what do you think we're going to do? For your liquid mirage, it comes with a, yeah, it has there's one. This is halo. Let me just put it as my brow highlighter for now because I want to see how bright. Hey, Wanda, how are you? My niece uses halo in our click and plays. I wonder if it's the same color. Do you think it is? I bet it is. Yeah, it is. So I guess I have used this one. This is the one that I mixed in with another color to tone it down just a little. And then I'm going to use the Afterglow, which is the matte white. And I'm going to do that on the inside. Now, a lot of times you'll see me, and I'm letting you know my my thought process. The link for the Rose Foundation didn't work for me. Hold on. Please hold. I won't do hold music though. Hold on. I'm going to put it up here for you, girl. You ask, I provide. The link for the Rose Foundation. Copy. Where am I? Is right there. There you go. The Rose Foundation. There you go, Rachel. I'm going to get to that, Jeannie. All right. Now, notice that. So I put the matte white in here because remember that shimmer acts like airport runway lights. And so I'm very cautious about my wrinkles and crinkles. And normally you'll see me do the crease first, my crease color first, and then I go in and do my eyes. However, my thought process is this is white. Like the halo and afterglow is white. I don't want it to look as white. So that's why I'm doing that first, because now when I go in and do my crease, it's going to blend that white. Make sense? Your Airbrush foundation. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Mary said, your Airbrush foundation looks perfect. I'm trying to copy and get the same look, but it's still hit or miss for me. Oh, thank you, Mary. Hey, Mary, hit the link. Look in the description. In the link, you can book a small group class with me. And we do them Monday and Wednesdays at noon. And I promise if you do, I'll give you extra tips on here. But if you keep watching, and I love that you said it's hit or miss, that means that you're continuing to do it. And that's the key. I have been doing this 20 plus years. And we have done this. I've actually put my makeup on with no mirror on one of the lives a long time ago. I put my entire face on with, I think I even did lashes, with no mirror, no screen, nothing. Okay. So I've been doing this a minute. You will get better each and every time you do it. Each and every time you have this in your hand, you'll understand it. One thing I do recommend to all my classes is apply it to somebody else. Because when you're doing it yourself, you actually shouldn't see it go on. You're spraying so lightly. And so there's actually two things. I recommend doing airbrushing a paper towel, put about 5 drops and airbrush a paper towel and see how gradual you can get that foundation to go on. And it also shows you how smooth it goes on. If you see splotches and you're either pulling back too hard, you're too close, that kind of thing. So if you can airbrush somebody else and have fun with it, it helps. Okay. When I first started, my one of my good girlfriends, her boyfriend let me airbrush him. Okay. He was a trooper, and I did everything to mess up. I filled in his eyebrows, and he's Lebanese. And so it's like, he has those thick eyebrows. I filled in his lips. I did everything I could wrong because I wanted to see, okay, what will happen? And then we took that off, and then I started doing it the correct way. Okay, am I the 4-finger whisk away from his face? Do I keep moving? Am I lightly pulling back on that trigger? So every time you practice, Mary, you're going to get it, okay? It's going to get better, and it's going to get better, and you'll love it. Even me, there are days that I mess up. And what happens when you have splotches or anything, you just tap it out. But spray light. All right. Now I'm going to go in with a blending brush. I don't know. I feel like doing something different. You know what? I'm going to do this green. It's blackout. It's this green. And I might put a little bit of that yellow in there for Ukraine. They're green. Are they blue and green? I mean, they're blue. Aren't they blue? Hold on. Let's look it up. They're blue and yellow, right? Yeah, they're blue and yellow. So let's do a blue. Here's a blue. So I'm going to do iris. Thank you, Stephanie. I'm going to do the iris, which is this one right here. And let's keep them in our prayers, shall we? So I'm going in with this blue. I already have the white on. So now I have, and this is how I did it. Boop, 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 boop. You, with the blending brush that goes like this, you want the makeup at the top. And then that first spot that you put the makeup on is going to be where majority of the makeup, where most of the makeup's going to go. So we'll go here. I'm just going to go back and forth, back and forth. I'm not bringing it up too much because I just want to see. I want to maybe try something different. And just see where we go from here. Now in this one there, see that blue down there? I'm going to mix those together because can anybody figure out why I'm mixing those together? The iris and that blue at the bottom. Oh, I just spilled a whole bunch. Can anybody figure that out? I'll give you a second. Anybody? Anybody? I'm going to take this, blend, blend, blend. Tone down the shimmer. Exactly. Because what did I just say? Shimmer acts as airport runway lights, right? It's going to draw attention. Most of the time in our crease, we want matte, okay? Because that's creating the depth. I love this blue, but it's shimmer. And so I want to keep most of that color. And now I'm taking just a tissue, dusting that off. And now, see, I mean, I have it on good. Let me put a little bit more here. I have it on, I mean, it's on good, right? You see the deep color. So now I'm going to go in and blend. Because there's a lot of shimmer. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. So I'm going to blend. Okay. I think I am going to go back with a muted color in my, on the inside, go over that white. Because this is a lot. This is reminding me of the 80s. And guys, this is how it works. Like, you can always make changes, okay? So I'm going to go in with more of a flesh color brown here. And it is matte. Yeah, see how much that made a difference. Thank you, Jeannie. Yeah, I mean, guys, you can always like reapply or blend out. Now, remember, it is easier to add than it is to take away. So start light and go from there. So like if you were using blue for the first time, maybe not go as dark as I did at first. And so just go in, and now all I'm doing now is blending, and I can still go back. If that shimmer's throwing me off, which I think it is, I can still go back and do that. And then go in and blend that a little bit more. Okay, digging that a little bit more. All right, now to stick with your Ukraine colors, we're going to use the flash that's in the optics, which is this goldy yellow. And then all I'm going to do is tap it right here. And just tap. Oh, that's looking cool. Oh yeah, Jackie, you can for sure. There are different ways to tone stuff down to. A shimmer for sure. If we're talking eyes, a shimmer, yes. But that's why I love this Nude and Naughty palette here, because see how many matte ones are? You can see one that I use a lot. You can just go over it, and that's what I did with that matte color to tone that down. Or if you have a concealer brush or like an artificial hairbrush like this, you can go in and kind of boop, boop, kind of swipe that away, and that will help as well. If you were like, okay, that's just too much, I can't do that, no way, Jose. You can also airbrush over it if you need to tone it down. All right, so now I'll go in with that blue with the iris. Let me get up. Where's my up close personal mirror? And I'm going to go in and I'm going to line with the blue. And normally, like, I would not have really cared about the shimmer as much. And I'll show you, there's a lot of ways you can do it. Except for the fact that I have a lot of shimmer going on already. See how you have that shimmer there because I use that exposure highlighter. I think I can do this one. And so I just feel like it's too much shimmer. But also remember, I still have mascara to put on, which is going to dial it back as well. So if I wanted to take that, I could dial that back. I'm going to do one side just so you can see the difference. And then I could also take that. And then I'll go back with blending, because that's going to give you that hard edge. And I just blended that up. Does that make sense? So there, I could go in with a powder. Or just dial it back. I think the other thing is a lot of time, or like, you know how styles change and everything. I don't do a lot of brow color because I end up just going with, since I airbrush my lids, I end up going with the color that's already there. Did I do both eyes? Okay. I was like, I could remember I lined both eyes. So I end up going with that natural color anyway. And so that's what I end up doing. If you need to clean, somebody just opened my door and they're dancing. If you need to clean these, like clean, if you're like, well, actually, I did have to clean this one because I mixed this one the other time. You can take a tissue and just swipe them. Just swipe them. And that will clean those for you. Okay. So now we're going to move to mascara. Mascara. You, never let somebody use your mascara. You should never borrow mascara. That's too close to your eye. And so if somebody has an eye infection, pink eye or whatever, oh, awesome way to transfer it. Okay. So don't let people borrow your mascara or anything around your eyes. They can borrow your eyeshadow palettes because we already talked about how to clean those. That's fine. Your brushes, you're going to clean those. That's fine. When I'm doing makeup, I never pull the mascara out of here with this brush. I use a mascara wand or a spoolie, and that goes to that eye. I never use it on each person. Now, my own personal mascara, of course, slap that bad boy on. But you want to change, let me back up. What starts to contaminate or to dry out a mascara or anything, foundation, is air, right? Air gets in, the bacteria can grow, all of that. And so you don't want to pump it because that's pumping that air in. So just take it out and then you can apply it. But you want to change mascara about every 3 months. Every 3 months. See, that's going to be pretty with the mascara on. Yeah, and nobody wants an eye infection. That just hurts. In fact, talking about it might make my eye water. I know, I love that, right? But see, guys, look at what a difference mascara makes. Let me just put it on one eye. So you can see it. And I was going to put an eyeliner on, but I don't think I am because I think it'll block some of that yellow, and I'm really digging the yellow. Like that. I mean, come on. Now, when I first started, you might not have thought it was going to look like this. You might have been like, oh, Heather has lost it. So everything is fixable. You almost have to like be okay with the process. Keep the process going. You can also change it in the middle, right? Like I just did. I was like, okay, too shimmery. Let's dial that bad boy back. And then we adjusted the shimmer. It's pretty. It was pretty, but it was too much of my shimmer work in it, right? So I'm going in, straightening some of the bottom lashes. And then there we go. That yellow is beautiful. I like my Ukraine eyes. I do already have a little bit of the, well, let's see if I can, of my Dusty Rose that I always use. And I think because of the shimmer, actually, let's do this. I have a Dusty Rose on. Let's do a little bit of this. This is Stark. And I'm just applying right over. Okay. And that is what I'm going to leave it, because I'm going to leave this matte. I don't want any more shimmer because I do have the exposure highlighter. Now to that point, yeah, I told you can powder with that, but let's say you get this on, you're like, oh, I feel like I'm too shimmery. You can still take a translucent powder or a regular powder and powder over to dial that down just a little bit as well. So again, everything is fixable. So we talked about how to clean the tips of your airbrush. If the airbrush isn't coming out, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle that tip off, soak it in warm water, and then you can pop it back on. Save your empty bottles because you can transfer the lid to another one. Mascara, you want to change every 3 months. 3 months. If you're on our replenishment program, put the mascara on there. You can get it shipped every 3 months. For any palettes, if you need to, you can open this up, spray, and I'm not talking close, spray mist, some alcohol, and wipe those down, and that will help. Our lip liners, you can kind of rub them with a tissue if you need to clean those. Lip liners, lipsticks, all lipsticks you can actually where are they? The Cream Confessions lipsticks. If somebody uses yours and you're like, I didn't think you can use it, open them up as far as you can, and you can dip them in alcohol, wipe them with a tissue, and they're clean. You're good to go with that. Don't let other people use your lips either. Lot of different ways. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Your system. At the very end, you definitely want to clean this with water. Water is all it takes. However, if you have Tip Top, you can use Tip Top every 2 to 3 days. I actually go in and I'll back bubble it. Get that out, and I do that. I keep back bubbling till I'm down to the very end. Down to the very end, and then just keep back bubbling, and clean that out. You can do that a few times. You have to clean your stylus. You have to clean your breeze after every use. If you don't, makeup's going to get stuck in there, and it's not going to work. So you definitely want to keep that going. So, all right, guys, this went long. We went long. There's a lot of cleaning issues. So there you go. Hey, Letitia, how are you? All right, guys, have a wonderful Tuesday, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, guys.